Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mr DubYa and this is episode 4 of Mounjaro, my adventure. Well, bit of a strange one today. I did want to drive to Dovestone Reservoir and do a bit of a walk and talk around there. However, it's not quite panned out that way. I am currently driving back to my hometown because my sat nav decided to take me on the craziest route ever. So a 30-minute journey, which he told me was 30 minutes when we started. It then took me down some crazy valley, and then all of a sudden it was another 2 hours added to it, and I need to get back for work today. So I woke up at 4 a.m. to try and come for a walk, and yeah, it's just not panned out how I wanted it to. So I'm going to try and do a bit of a vlog while I'm driving. I hope it comes out okay. I hope the sound's okay. So I guess we'll have to just make do with a bit of a video and maybe a bit of a driving video, but on the way back I think I'll stop at Heaton Park and see if we can get a bit of footage there if the weather's all right, because it's not been very good weather at the moment. That's why I've left it so late this week to film, because I've not had any break in the weather at all, or when I've been able to get out. So yeah, I'm currently driving back to Bury with my tail between my legs because of the sat nav. I'm blaming the sat nav. It's not me. My adventure. I wanted to go on this adventure. I woke up 4 a.m. especially to go on this adventure, and my sat nav has let me down. And it's supposed to be one of the best. I don't know if anyone else uses Waze, but generally, I've always thought it's quite good. But obviously not today. So the dog is fell out with me. He thinks that I've just took him on like a 1.5 hour car journey and he's not getting a walk, but he's good for a surprise. I am going to take him for a walk, but at the moment he's fully sulking in the back of the car, giving me the coldest shoulder you've ever seen. It's freezing in here. It's that cold, freezing. But hopefully he'll be happy with me when we get to Heaton Park. That's his favourite place. That's where I usually take him for walks, or where he likes the most because he likes the woods. So yeah, when I left you in the last video, I was going to York races with my wife for the John Smith's Cup, which I've got to admit was an amazing day. I had so much fun. It was great spending some time with my wife. We barely get to spend any time together nowadays. We've got kids, we've both got careers. So it's difficult to get a babysitter. We haven't got babysitters or reliable babysitters, but we managed to get a babysitter for that day. And we went to York races and the sun was shining. It was great. We had a full executive slap-up meal and all expenses paid, drinks, we won prizes, we won a few races. In the 6th race, we even got to give the award to the jockey and to the owner of the horse, to the trainer of the horse. And I actually ended up on TV. I haven't seen it, but they were recording it. And if you watch it back, on the 6th race of the John Smith's Cup, actually I am giving the award to the winning jockey. So yeah, it was a great day. I ate well. I didn't eat too much. I didn't drink too much. So going into week 12. So week 12 was actually a really good week. I was very well motivated, wasn't hungover at all. My eating was spot on. The fluids I was putting in my body were the right kind of fluids. I've got this kind of thing where it's like water, tea, and sugar-free. And they're the only things I'll drink. But generally I stick to water and green tea, although you can have black coffee. I don't think there's any calories in black coffee, really. Just when you start putting sugar in things, and milk, that's when he puts the calorie intake up. But yeah, water, tea, coffee, and sugar-free. There's a little bit of a wrap. It's easy to remember. Although I don't know where beer falls into that. I mean, I did have some beers, obviously they're full of calories, but so it was really good. It's kind of my cheat day, I suppose. To Saturday, maybe I should say that's maybe a cheat day. I don't know, but yeah. So week 12 was fine, and I'm coming to the end of my course now. So it usually be the time where you decide whether you're going to go up a dose or you're going to stay at that dose. So I was on 7.5 milligrams, and I've decided that going into week 13 that I am going to stick to 7.5 milligrams because I think that's been a good dose for me. I've not felt towards the end of it that my cravings are going up or that it's losing its potency, it's losing its abilities to stop, to curb the cravings, but it definitely has. So I'm going to stick to 7.5 for the next 4 weeks and see how we get on. The dogs fell out with me big time. Big time. Yeah, my eating's been good. My drinking has been good. I've been trying to up the amount of fluids that I'm putting in my body because I read an article saying that obviously because water's got no calorie count and your body needs to get rid of it. It's actually working harder. So it's using energy to get rid of something that hasn't got a calorie count. So if you think about it, water's got an actual negative calorie count. So if you put, obviously don't drown yourself or drink too much water, but you should be like drinking maybe 2 to 3 pints of water a day.
We're here. Are you my friend again now? You my friend? No. We're going for walkies. Come on then, let's go. Yep, so we got here eventually. So I think he's not falling out with me anymore. I think he's my friend again now. Come on, Tango, this way. Let's go for a quick walk around the park before we have to go home and wake the boys up. Yeah, he's been in the car for 2 hours. Well, I've been in the car for 2 hours as well, but don't worry, I've not forgotten. The Schlobberknocker is here to protect me from any riffraff. So the weigh-ins for this week, well, it's been good again. 2 more pounds down, so 16 stone, 11 pounds now. So I'm well into the 16s, which I'm very happy about. As I say, I want to get down to 15.5 stone. 2 pounds a week is a very healthy way to get the weight down. If it was going down too fast, I think I'd be a bit worried, but I feel like I'm eating enough. I'm not lightheaded, or I'm not getting any kind of hunger pangs or any dizziness or anything like that. So I know that I'm getting the right amount of food in my body. Plus, there's a lot of fat on my body anyway. So if my body does need energy, then obviously I can burn some of that. Still going to the gym. So I'm happy that I'm losing fat, but actually gaining muscle as well. So I'm probably losing a lot more fat than I realise, because muscle weighs more than fat. So the weight that I'm probably losing, maybe 3 pounds a week of fat, but putting on extra muscle. Well, that's how I kind of like to think about it, but whether there's any science behind that, I don't know. So yeah, a bit of a messy one this week. Unfortunately, I did want it to be a bit more structured and have a walk around Dovestone Reservoir, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen today. So maybe next week, maybe next week's edition, I'll try Dovestone Reservoir again. This week, I'm gonna carry on doing what I'm doing. It'll be gym and the walking again every night with the dog, just to get the steps in. Definitely getting at least 10,000 steps in a day, which is perfect. Drinking enough water, taking in enough calories. Well, enough calories that I know that I'm still losing weight, but getting the energy that I need to think properly and to work my muscles. Again, I don't think I'm gonna have time to have a coffee or a tea today. I really wanted to make that sort of a ritual of going on these walks and vlogging, having a nice cup of tea or coffee. But it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And I don't fancy a cookie. So yeah, 16 stone 11. That's 106 kilograms or 235 pounds. The weather is not great today, but I'll do a bit of a view of the woods. Is it a woods or a forest? When does a woods start to become a forest? I'm not sure. So no real plans this weekend, which is great. So no alcohol drinking, because it has been like 3 weeks on the bounce where I've had to drink alcohol on a Friday or a Saturday. And I just wonder how that week would have went if I wouldn't have had those hiccups. I wouldn't say they're hiccups, but if I wouldn't have had those indulgences. Tango! Yeah, if I wouldn't have had those indulgences, how would that week have went? Well, I guess I'll never know, but I can only work off what will happen next week. Hopefully, the motivation will be improved and I'll be able to report back on some better progress. But even with those little blips in the week, I've still lost weight, which is great. I do actually have a holiday or a vacation coming up soon at the end of July. I'm going to Cyprus, into Paphos for a week. Me, my wife, my 2 kids, and the mother-in-law. So that's quite a worry of mine, whether I'm going to take Mounjaro with me or how I'm going to work through the week and how I'm going to behave myself. I think that's what's going to be discussed in the next video. How I think it's going to impact me and what steps I'm going to take in order to prepare myself for a week of indulgence. Well, I'm going to be good, I think. So I'm going to do a bit of scenery for you, and then I think I'm going to make my way back to the car on this one. Sorry, it's been a bit of a messy episode, but hopefully you'll forgive me and come back to the next one. This is the infamous Gallagher Hill, where all the Oasis fans who didn't manage to get a ticket came and watched the gig for free. So on the top of there, you could see the stage, I believe. I didn't actually come down here myself, but that's what I understand. It's a better view of it. That's where all the Oasis fans stood and watch the stage, which is over there somewhere. I think you can see it over those trees. So that's it for today. Sorry, it's a bit of a weird one. My Mounjaro Adventure episode 4 didn't go according to plan, but we got there in the end. So it's a goodbye from me, Mr DubYa, and a goodbye from him, who's just been told off for going near dogs that he shouldn't go near. See you in the next one. Bye.